major calamity, there was a cooldown before Sheikah runes could be used again. So maybe this is a cooldown for zone devices. Moving on, let's talk about the enemies. We see a lot of different enemies in this trailer, many of which are returning from Tears of the Kingdom, and also a lot of brand new ones as well. So let's start off with the return enemies. We get a look at some Solar Bokoblins and Moblins, and I think at this point we've seen all the color variants of Bokoblins and Moblins, including these Skeletal versions. Notably though, these ones that we see here are blue variants at that. So even those stronger ones are here too. We also get a look at some Salvos, some Electric, some Fire, and Solar in this trailer. All the variants are very likely here as well. There's also Frost Pedlets, which likely mean the other Pedlets here. Gyvdos, more Soldier Constructs and Captain Construct variants, Armored Bokoblins from Tears of the Kingdom, which are probably going to be harder to defeat, Little Frostes, Captain Death, Enoxes, including Blue version, Gerudo Soldiers, who likely become allies later on when the Stage of Lightning joins Rauru, and Igneo Talus, which likely means the other variants of Talus are back as well, a Frost Cleoc, which we see during a flying section, implying it may not be battled the same way as other enemies, and a Gloom Spawn, which raises the question if they'll spawn a Phantom Ganon. He'll very likely look different if they do, since the Phantom Ganon in Tears of the Kingdom is based on his mummified undead look, which he shouldn't have here. In fact, something I only realized while finishing this video is that the trailer theme is actually a new rendition of the battle theme against Phantom Ganon from Tears of the Kingdom, so it's actually incredibly likely we're going to be fighting him here too, and that's where the song plays. Now let's talk about the new enemies we have here. First are these cloudy gloom enemies, which I mentioned in my previous analysis, and it seems out of price that they're new common enemies, as we have several clips and screenshots showing off hordes of them getting battled. What's most interesting about them though is that they seem to possess other soldiers on the battlefield. See these Hylian soldiers here? They're actually hit by Zelda's attack, and that's because if we look closely, we can see they're radiating this red gloomy aura. It's like they're bringing back the concept of Turnfoot soldiers on the original Hyrule Warriors, but here, it's caused by some sort of gloom possession. It wouldn't surprise me if at some point in the game story, we had to fight against Sonia being controlled by gloom like this before she died. You know, just to make it really tragic. We also have these new muddy versions of older enemies, like Bokoblins and Enoxes, just covered in mud. Maybe they're immune to damage until they get hit with water, which would give characters fighting with water, like the Stage of Zora, an advantage. Maybe the elemental abilities are going to play a bigger role this time around. Next we have this new Goma boss, which is vaguely similar to the marbled rock Goma. It has the Calamity eyeball and Ganon's facial hair, as well as 2 flaming arms and at least 4 additional flaming limbs. It sits atop a large marbled rock, and it can cause flaming rock to rain down like meteors. There's also some sort of dancing creature. It looks almost like a dancer wearing red, with 2 long tentacle arms that end